Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is the third installment of the Halloween franchise, though not a direct sequel. That's right, our favorite murderous man in the Shatner mask Michael Myers wouldn't be stalking the streets of Haddonfield in this one. The reason there's no boogeyman in this film? Well, that's because John Carpenter and Deborah Hill didn't want to make another film if it was going to be a direct sequel to Halloween 2. Carpenter went on to recruit science fiction writer Nigel Kneale to write the initial screenplay. Kneale wanted to focus more on the psychological scares more than the normal physical horror the movies were known for, which put him at odds with Dino De Laurentiis, the owner of the film's rights, who hated the initial screenplay. He wanted more gore and graphic violence. Kneale, disheveled, left the project over the creative differences and ordered his name to be removed from the credits. That's where longtime Carpenter collaborator Tommy Lee Wallace comes in. Now you may know Tommy Lee Wallace would go on to direct Fright Night 2 and a 1990s miniseries, maybe you've heard of it, It. Well, he came on to revise the script and take over the director's chair. See, Carpenter and Hill always intended to make the Halloween films a horror anthology series, in the vein of Twilight Zone and The Outer Limits, but all sharing the same common theme of being centered around Halloween. This movie is more a pod film than slasher, though it has elements of a slasher in some scenes. What is a pod film? Well, I'll refer you to Invasion of the Body Snatchers for reference on that one. This film starred Tom Atkins as the alcoholic, womanizing hero of the film, Dr. Dan Chalice. It is the role Atkins is most remembered for outside of Night of the Creeps and another Carpenter classic, The Fog. Halloween 3 released on October 22, 1982 and received widely negative reviews. It was labeled as anti-children, anti-Irish, and even anti-television. Fans of the first two films felt misled by the film's very vague ad campaign, so it was vilified and blamed for the absence of any more Halloween films for the next 6 years until 1988. It's also the worst performing Halloween movie at the time in terms of box office earnings. Out of all the films in the series, this one always seemed to capture the true spirit of Halloween for me, while also delving into some old Celtic folklore in its own weird and twisted way. Many years later, the movie has developed a cult status and has been more widely accepted as a standalone film, so it shed its label as the black sheep of the series. For me, it's not the best Halloween film, but on its own, it's one of the best movies the 80s had to offer. Oh, and the cliffhanger at the end was pure genius. Just want to say thank you guys for watching another episode of Be Kind Please Rewind, and remember, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you again next time on Behind the Fiends. Ooh.
Stop it! Stop it!